Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, guys? It's the 22nd of February. Nice and beautiful out here in Northern California. Still up in a house, still renting an apartment. Um, in either case, that doesn't matter. What I wanted to talk today about was vegetation, plants, fruits, stuff like that. Growing your own from when you buy a bag for like $3, then reproducing the ones that sat on the table. So this sat on my table. I had a bag, like I brought a $5 bag, and that bag, I used like three or four of them. And onions are real good. They keep like the bad critters away, mosquitoes and stuff like that. They just don't like the scent of it, I think it is. So if there's an onion field, it'll smell kind of funky, but you won't have a lot of bugs that normally are around by the fruits. So to have this around other fruits helps out as a guardian. And plus, onions is good for you. So when I make burgers and stuff like that, I grow some onions. I like them grilled. So I buy every so often. I buy one bag. It lasts me quite some time. But it's a small start to the steps I want to do. So I planted one. This happened. I peeled it back, and I got it down to where it was just like where the bulb was. They call it a bulb. So it's like there's two of them in there, in that one. And so I planted from that bag. I planted the other two, and this came from the same batch. And you see that it's growing already. But I haven't been treating it well. I haven't been feeding it right, so it's drying up on me. And I want to test it out, see how long I could go without it being watered, because it's still moist and it's dry here a little bit, but it's still a little moist. So it's getting what it needs, but not enough, right? So it's been 3 days. I haven't watered it, and it's still growing, it's still blossoming, but it's starting to dry out on the tips. You see that? All right, so I went to think about is soil, right? So the idea here is to transform my soil that I have on my property, because the soil I have there on my property is dry, but it gets flooded. So there's a lot of moisture on the ground, so the water table is close to the surface. Or I got a high water table or not low water table. However the terminology is, I get to water at 10 feet. So it floods during the winter. When there's snow, it gets snowed muddy out there, which is good if you know how to use it and just apply that knowledge that you have to your environment. So this is one of the things. So I picked up soil from the composting place, and they have it in every state in your neighborhood compost place. Because if you go buy a bag from Home Depot, it's gonna be like 10, $15, even $20 for a potting soil mix, when you could just go to the compost and buy a couple of yards of potting soil. If you don't have a truck, it makes it more difficult, so on and so forth. You gotta figure that stuff out on your own. And but it gave me enough to do some gardening on my land, on my house that I'm renting. So this is what I had before. I had this brush here, like so. Just dead dirt. There's some vegetation there, but it's mostly dry, right? We threw some dirt here to like fill in the fence, because the dog was able to go through the fence. So I filled up the truck full of dirt, and now I have one big garbage bag of dirt, another big garbage bag of dirt, and this whole garbage can full of dirt, or compost. It's all compost, right? So I got pallets. I got a project going on there. I'm gonna build my buddy right here a nice little doggy house out of these pallets. So this is the base, and hey buddy, come on here. Sorry for the distraction, but see, I just let him sit on there and figure out where how big he is to make a shed, little house for him. So then I threw all this on here so I could start growing. And I got some growth seeds, and I mixed them in there. I got the growth seeds from Home Depot, and I think it was Walmart, not sure. 1, 2, and on this side it's already starting to grow. So stay on this side, buddy. It's starting to grow. So all I did was spread the seed. I didn't even level it or nothing. I just threw it on there, threw the seeds on there, and kept watering it. And now it's been about some time, and here we gotten some growth now. Because this is what it used to look like before. It was all dried up. no vegetation, nothing in there. So now we got it going to where it's gonna grow, right? The neighbor seems to be doing the same thing. Everybody steals my ideas. So now I'm gonna have nice lawn, and I only did this so my dog can have somewhere to hang out and chill. And I put a little fence out of pallets. Right here, buddy, stay on this side. Come on. And so now I got a little growth over here also, and I poured this at the same time. So we're gonna get growth either way. And so he'll have somewhere to hang out and have grass to chill out. I'm gonna do the same thing in the backyard with the rest of that dirt. So that's about it. An idea that you can do simple stuff with very minimal money if you put in some effort to it. And you can apply that to anything in life. And see, he's already enjoying the sand. He likes it, the dirt. He likes the smell of it and likes sitting on it. Makes him feel comfortable. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry for being so close to it. Stand this side, buddy. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with the onions, see how many I could produce out of those onions. If I could produce a couple, that'd be great, and just keep the cycle going. Then I'll have free onions. Is the idea. So the bag of seeds for the grass was $10, and it covers 500 square feet. So that's more than enough. So I threw way too much. I threw the whole bag on there, and I just keep watering it, and every 2 days or something like that. And it's already showing growth. So the idea is to add the same thing to my property. Get a couple yards, by 10, 20 yards, and create a little green area where it gets flooded, and that will create the growth in that area. So I have nice grass there. And then when I come outside my house, I have grass or an area to grass, even if it's not in front of my house. Because of the flooding, it'll naturally create a watering system for plants to grow. So in the desert, you can, if you apply the right knowledge, sustain yourself very well. In theory, I need to implement this plan to make it work, and I'm going to. So I need to find a place out there and do the same thing, and I will. Pick up a couple of yards, and I just dump it out there, right on top of the mud. I don't even have to mix it. I didn't even mix this. I didn't pick up the soil, break it up, nothing. Just threw that right on top, and threw the seeds in. Kind of rake the seeds in there so they fall in. Threw a little more cover. They were like, it says 2 inches. I put like about 3. I put 1 layer, put seeds, and put another layer, and watered it. That's it. And if you see it's lumpy, it's not great. So my onions and everything else with the grass are gonna go in there with the tomatoes and everything. And I'm gonna continue that on, and we'll start that series as best as we can, because that's slow. So it takes time to do that one. It takes quite some time to grow plants, like weeks on end. Just not like something I could do in a week. The next week I'm producing something, right? It takes time. Yeah. So as that plant grows, I'll let you guys know and keep this going. Hey, like, subscribe, share. If you have any ideas, you guys know a lot about this planting stuff, let me know. And give me an idea. Knowledge is power. The more you inform me, the more we can distribute that information. You guys take care, stay sexy, have fun.